Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
This is the closing bell on the Stock Movers Report. The companies making moves at the close of U.S. trading with Carol Massar, Tim Stenovec, Romaine Bostick, and Katie Greifeld.
All right, let's go to some specific stocks on the move. In fact, this one, we were breaking down the earnings after the close yesterday, and this was a top gainer in both the S&P and the NASDAQ 100. We're talking about Cadence Design Systems, finishing the day up about 7.6%. The company reported fourth quarter results that beat expectations. They gave an outlook that is seen as positive. Wall Street's been weighing in throughout the day. Morgan Stanley, that is, and Piper Sandler lowering their price targets on the stock. Rosenblatt upgrading the stock to a buy and raising its price target to $360 from $335, stock closing at about $305 a share. Let's move on over to Wingstop, because that one.
I love this. Yeah.
So that's my gift to you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, Wingstop up about 10%. It was up as much as 20% intraday. This is, of course, the restaurant chain specializing in chicken wings. Reported adjusted earnings per share and total domestic comp sales growth for the fourth quarter that beat consensus estimates. The results kind of a welcome surprise, if you will, after analysts had warned that the chain's heavy exposure to lower income, Hispanic and younger consumers groups that have pulled back the most on dining out could weigh on results. But this one, definitely an outperformer. And guys, we have some more earnings.
We do. Two notes. So Wingstop just opened in Hoboken, so that's huge. Also, we're getting DoorDash earnings right now. They see first quarter marketplace be gov between $31 billion to $31.8 billion. That is a red headline on the Bloomberg terminal. The estimate had been for $30.75 billion. When it comes to their fourth quarter EPS, it looks like that did miss estimates pretty materially. 48 cents, that was the figure for EPS for the fourth quarter. The estimate had been 4.55 cents. When it comes to revenue, also a slight miss there. When it comes to the first quarter outlook for adjusted EBITDA, $675 million to $775 million. That is a big range, and it's actually below the estimate of about $800.1 million. You can see the shares reacting right now, currently lower by about 5%.
Okay, I'm looking at shares at eBay. They're higher by about 3.4%. The company out with its latest results, but also some news. It will buy Depop from Etsy for about $1.2 billion in cash. In addition to that, fourth quarter net revenue coming in at $2.97 billion. That's above estimates of $2.87 billion. Fourth quarter gross merchandise volume coming in above estimates. Fourth quarter active buyers coming in above estimates. Fourth quarter adjusted EPS coming in just above estimates. The company did raise its dividend, and it matched Bloomberg projections. Once again, fourth quarter EPS from continuing operations beating estimates. Shares higher in the after hours. Ever so slightly. The company sees first quarter net revenue $3 billion to $3.05 billion. That did beat estimates of $2.79 billion. And once again, the company is going to buy Depop from Etsy for about $1.2 billion in cash.
At some point, we got to go back and talk about what the heck's going on with Etsy. But I do want to talk about Molson Coors, the beer maker out with its earnings right now. 4Q net sales $2.66 billion, relatively in line with estimates. Maybe a smidge light from the $2.7 billion average of analyst estimates, but underlying EPS did beat at $1.21 a share. The street was looking for $1.15. Overall, though, we should point out net sales were actually down by about 3% year over year, in line with expectations. But of course, this is a company that's been struggling a little bit here with a decline in alcohol consumption, particularly in certain sectors of the beer market.
All right, guys, let's go to Carvana, which was on fire last year, but we've seen a bit of a different trade this year. And I see the stock down about 15% in the aftermarket. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Fourth quarter adjusted EBITDA, $511 million. That's a miss. Street was looking for $535.7, and fourth quarter revenue $5.6 billion. That is above street estimates. And fourth quarter adjusted EBITDA margin 9.1%. That's a miss. The street was looking for 10.4%. We'll look for some outlook on this one, but investors not pleased. Right?
A lot of short interest on this stock too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we're definitely going to see some movement there.
Yeah. The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.